There, a microphone would help, wouldn't it? I've got the microphone. In the freezer. Oh, God. Oh, getting old is a terrible thing, darlings. I'll be there in a minute now. The microphone is very crackly. Okay, let's try a different microphone. Any better? Or oh, that's a weird thing. Right, I do that just to check that the internet connection is okay. And on the new table, I can't see it. I'm going to have to raise my bum from the chair. No, it's fine. Oh, and apparently this microphone is better. So, oh, excellent. Oh, that's good news. Some good news to tell you about, darlings. Literally just pinged in. Oh, I'm all excited about that now. Well, anyway, good evening and a very warm welcome to Sunday Night Live. And welcome to September properly. I know we welcomed it in last night, but it seems a little bit more real doing it today, doesn't it? So I hope you've all had a splendid day. I'd love to hear about it. And I'm sure we've all got lots to chat about. So let's crack on with it, shall us? Shall us? Let us indeed. First cab off the rank tonight is Peter P, who says good evening, Boaty and all. Stratospherian is with us. Tracy Cardiff. That's new, isn't it? A few people appear to have had a bit of a rebrand, darlings. Right, Tracy Cardiff. There we are. Because you were Tracy P, weren't you? Or am I getting all mixed up? Anyway, Tracy says good evening all. Lord Stiff Upper Lip is with us. And Emma Lemon, formerly known as the Disintegrating Cartwork, but now is Emma Lemon. There has been a rebrand, which is probably a good idea given where her videos were going, and a good idea to get it done when the channel is still young. So there you are, Emma Lemon. Excellent, with a double N at the end of lemon. Oh, cheers. Your very good health. Good evening, all, says the M11. Hope you've had pleasant Sundays all round. I wonder if a drunken matron will appear tonight. She's been in the pub for the last 6 hours. And good evening, lovely Boaty. Good evening to you. And here is Neil. Hello, all. Hope we're all having a wonderful day and we're all well. I'm currently sat in a Premier Inn hotel room with Sophie and the one and only Tracy Greenwood. We're all having a drink and a chat. Oh, well, that all sounds wonderfully cozy, doesn't it? Oh, no, says Emma, I've heard about what happens when Neil gets into your Premier Inn room. Yeah, he gets into bed with you. Hashtag me too. Oh, Sarah Parsons is with us. Hello, lovely Sarah. And Tracy reports that there is indeed a wet patch on the carpet. It's a bit weird that always happens when she books into a hotel. Yeah, indeed. Alan Simpson is here. Evening, Mr. Boat Drinks, to use your Sunday name. And greetings, honourable community. Greetings, honourable community, indeed. Hi, Alan. Hope you're well. Andrew Buttigieg is here. Ivor Spotty Butty, wishing everybody a very good evening. Matron Matroni says, evening all, from Neil and Sophie's hotel room. Trisha's here, the lovely Trisha, possibly with Paul. Good evening all. I hope you've had a good weekend. Lots of people saying hello to each other, which is lovely. I can't read that out. I can't read that out either. Dear God. Oh, dear me. Oh, you've got two accounts, Tracy Cardiff. All right. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you for using another account so that you could become a channel member. That's exceedingly decent of you. Sophie's here having the best time in premiering with Tracy and Neil. Uh, and there we are. There we are. Right. So let's talk about the days, and I'll tell you some odd little bits of news. Bear with me. I'm going to tuck my wine up. I know the puff. I have had a quiet and uneventful day. Just lately, I've been getting up a little bit later, darlings. Not through choice particularly. I've just been sleeping. So I presume my body's catching up from the. I guess my body's just catching up from from what the M11 put me through, basically. And it's just been a quiet, chilled day. I made a poverty spec Sunday lunch, which I think I put in the Facebook group. Had the Formula One on, of course, Monza Grand Prix. What a nail-biting race that was. Well, and I enjoyed that very much. And then I went to work, and it's been an okay evening at work. So it's just been an okay, relaxed, chilled out Sunday, really, except for a couple of bits that I will tell you about. A Premier Inn always feels classier than a Travelodge, says Alan Simpson. Yeah, but they're more expensive as well. Sophie's asking how my day has been, and I've just answered that. But looking forward to tomorrow, my lovelies. Looking forward to tomorrow. Me and Trace have got wine goes on, Sophie. Oh God. Oh God. All hell could let loose in that Premier Inn room, couldn't it? Oh, and it's rosé wine. HW100 is with us. Matron saying hello to everybody. Now then. Can't say that these days, can you? Oh dear, hints of Jimmy Savile. Cheers again, darlings. Your very good health. So yeah, that's it. That's been my day. The only two bits of excitement to let you know about is, and you'll have seen this if you're in the Facebook group, Boaty's World on Facebook. Join if you haven't already. It's slightly above average. Oh, indeed, Alan. R.I.P. Phil the Collector Swern. Yeah, that's sad. He was, wasn't a massive age, was it? Well, I mean, he hit his 10, didn't he? With a bit of VAT added on. But if you don't know who Phil the Collector Swern is, then you're probably familiar with some of his work. He's a producer, a huge radio producer, and just radio fan generally. And he was the brains behind Popmaster, wrote all of the questions, and he was also behind Sound of the 60s, all of that sort of thing. He's known as the Collector because, and this is one hell of a claim to fame, he owns a copy of every single record that has ever been in the charts. How amazing is that? And he must be rich because you'd need a bloody big house to accommodate all of those, wouldn't you? But yeah, he very sadly passed away today. Excuse me. So, right, if you're in the Facebook group, you'll know about this. My lovely new telephone table. Well, this next bit of news is going to revolve around that. You might remember me saying that the lady who sold me the telephone table said she had a couple of other like similar matching bits. And a couple of days after she sent that, she sent me a couple of pictures. And one of them I really, really like the look of. There's a picture of it in the Facebook group, and I really like the look of it because the handle arrangements are incredibly unusual. I've never seen anything like that before. And if she says that they're similar and matching and or whatever, then I'm going to assume that they're of a similar quality to the telephone table. And believe me, that is incredible quality. So yeah, so I really like the look of the one, but I thought, well, I've got nowhere to put it, really. I'm kind of just haven't really got any I don't like over clutter. And I just thought I don't need that. As much as I like the look of it, I've got nowhere it can go. But I said, then I had a thought. So I wonder if it will go at the bottom of the stairs, uh, because that is a space, that's an empty space that really could do with something there. Now, I know I've got the little table there now, but it still leaves a big old space, and I've always wanted to fill that space. I've been half keeping an eye out for a bookcase to fit there for the last 9 years. Haven't found one, and I suddenly thought, I wonder if this would fit there along with the small table. So I asked if she'd be kind enough to measure it and send me the measurements, and wonderfully, I think it's going to fit. Um, it might be a little bit bigger than would be perfect, but I don't think I'm going to have to dismount the stairs any differently when it's in situ. And it's such a lovely looking piece. It's an extra little bit of storage for something or other, and it's another surface to dust and polish. But honestly, that bit at the bottom of the stairs, that's a space that's going to look better with something in it. I'm sure of that. And this looks like a lovely little piece of furniture. So I've agreed to buy it, darlings, and I will be picking it up on Tuesday. And very naturally, I'll be making a video about that. Of course I will. You wouldn't expect anything else, would you? So that's the one bit of good news. And the other bit of news is I've been geeking out on vintage British Telecom telephones. Now, obviously, we were talking about a BT trim phone the other night, and I was saying that I would love to have one as a decorative piece on my telephone table. That was there's the big old spider. God, he's massive. Oh, hello, mate. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're getting plenty to eat. Oh, God, he's frozen again. Is it because I'm talking to him? Oh, don't get all frightened and freeze. We're old friends now. God knows how long we've been shared in this house. We're housemates. Oh, honestly. Mate, if I was the spider killer, you'd have known about it by now. Oh, he's moved. He's okay. So, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. So I've been geeking out on telephones, and I've been looking at them on eBay, and I can't afford one. But I've just been, I've talked about this before. I love anticipating things, and even if it takes 2 or 3 years for them to come to fruition, I enjoy the planning aspect and the anticipation and learning about stuff and all of that sort of thing. So I've been really enjoying myself. And I had a bit of quiet time tonight. And I thought, I wonder if there's anything on Facebook Marketplace that would be a bit cheaper than eBay. Because, stuff tends to carry premium on eBay, doesn't it? There were phones on eBay that I would like, but they were like 50, 60 quid if they were in decent condition and whatnot. So I thought I'll have a look on Marketplace. So I spent 20 or 25 minutes jumping onto Marketplace, and I searched for vintage BT phone, vintage green phone, all of those things. And happiness of happiness, I came across a Facebook Marketplace listing for a British Telecom 746 rotary phone. Now, that's the one before the trim phone. As much as a trim phone would be my preference, an older style one would be more in keeping with the, excuse me, wine burp, with the decor and the ambience of the front parlor. Although I would have been open to a trim phone. Um, but yeah, so I found this thing and it's perfect. It's two-tone green and the right two-tone green, exactly the one I wanted. It's a very early BT 746. So probably not the one that you're thinking, well, kind of the one that you're thinking of, same shape and everything. But the earlier ones had had letters as well as numbers around the rotary dial. So this chap is going to date from the 1960s. And yeah, so I found this, and it's in Manchester, which is kind of too far away, really, to justify. But I had a look, and it looked like it was the eastern side of Manchester. And I thought, well, I'm going to Rochdale tomorrow. So, you know, maybe it would be doable. So I messaged the guy and said, hello. Basically, I made him a really low ball offer and said, look, if you were willing to accept this, would it be possible to collect it tomorrow? I'm going to be in the area. And obviously a very laconic and laid back chap. He just said, okay. So there you go. So tomorrow, on the way back from the Yard of Dreams, I'm going to be going somewhere in Manchester to pick up kind of my dream phone. I'd like to show you a picture of it. Let me see if I can do that. Which I've nabbed, darlings, for pennies. And I really can justify it because I'm paying less for the telephone than I got in tips last night. So there you go. That is my justification for it. It's not me buying it. It's the lovely Kathmandu Gurkha customers who have very kindly purchased a decorative telephone for me. Hang on, I'll get it for you. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, well, go sideways then. Don't. Why don't it go sideways? And look, that I really wanted that. It's got the oh, I can't get it to. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's got the original thing in the middle of the dial, you know. So yeah, things are going apace. So tomorrow, as a nice ending to the day, I'm going to be picking up something that I've been wanting one since I moved in here. The first time I moved in, I thought, you know, a proper vintage green phone would look absolutely lovely in that parlor with all of the green accents. And it's just, don't you just love it when everything works out? So, you know, if you've got money, it's not a problem, is it? It's not a problem. You can just go onto eBay or anything else and just think, yeah, that's the one, that's perfect, and you can just buy it. You can't do that when you're poor. You have to be a little bit inventive. So you have to save up, or you have to think outside the box a bit. And I'm so glad I thought of going on to Marketplace. Now, I could have got one which would have been equally perfect for £5 off Marketplace. £5. The only issue was it was in Dover. And I thought that was just a little bit too far. But honestly, on eBay, there's some like broken ones or untested ones or disfigured ones for like 20, 30, 40 quid. But the nice ones are like 50, 60, 70. So to jump onto Marketplace, and it was really badly advertised. It just said old telephone, like new condition. But thank God there was the picture there that jumped out. So yeah, so I love it when stuff like that happens. You find what you're looking, you think you can't afford something, and then you find it, you use your head a bit, and you find it somewhere really cheaply, and then all of the stars align, because Manchester would be a bit of a schlep to go and get a Facebook Marketplace bargain, except that, and from what I can see, it's just inside the M60 on the eastern part, according to the Marketplace listing. So I'm going to be going within probably, I bet you it's within 5 miles of my route home. So it's not going to be like any deviation at all. If it's a 10-mile deviation, then in JJ, that's going to cost me, well, 10 miles is going to cost me about £1 in diesel, maybe a little bit less. So, yeah. So that's really exciting. And then I've got a new piece of furniture coming on Tuesday. Well, I've got to go and collect it. And again, it's for absolute pennies. And I think that will be, well, that'll be the parlor finish then. You've had a look around it. Doesn't need anything else, does it? So, in fact, that might be the whole bloody cottage finished. Anything else will just be dressings, like some kind of pot plant. I need to learn about pot plants. I'd love one of those pot plants like what that Emma's got, where it all flows over. And it goes over the pot and it goes over the table. And Emma, tell me what one of those is. Tell me what one I need to go and shoplift from the local garden centre. One of those nice green things where it all flows out. You've got them, and it like flows over the pot. They're like Captain Mustard's hair. Imagine that Captain Mustard. Imagine his head is a plant pot, and that's not much of a stretch of imagination, is it? He has got a face that looks a bit like a plant pot. And then imagine his head is the plant, and it goes all over the pot, doesn't it? And onto, so one of them. Somebody clever, tell me what I should buy. So yeah, I need a couple of those Triffid things, and a clock radio, and boom, I think Windy Bottom is kind of finished. Oh, garden furniture for the top patio. Oh, another little chef breakfast plate. There are always going to be other things to dream about and keep an eye open for, but I'm really excited about this. Really excited. And as I say, I'm not doing anything too stupid money-wise. The two pieces between them, I might as well tell you they're a tenner each. It's can't grumble, can you? And the table, or it's a little, I don't know what you call it. It's like a little cupboard thing. It's got an opening drawery thing, and then it's got two opening doorsy things. But if it's the same quality as the telephone table, I'll be absolutely chuffed. And like I say, the handle arrangements, I've never seen those before. So I think that is going to look absolutely fabulous at the bottom of the stairs, along with so the little table It's not going to go in the corner at the jaunty angle because that's where the new thing's going to go. The little table will go in the other corner. They both just need a triffid on them, and Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your aunt. And that'll be, instead of just that boring, bland area at the bottom of the stairs, I'll have some nice furniture to look at with something nice and green. Oh God. Oh, my most sincere apologies, my lovelies. I can't apologise enough. I really can't. Absolutely unforgivable. Unforgivable. In my defense, I did not choose that burp. That burp chose me. If anything, I'm a victim. I should be able to get compensation from the court of burps. Honestly. I mean, that was quite a traumatic burp. And if you're a highly paid, highly professional, highly motivated broadcaster like what I am, then that kind of thing is really traumatic, because for the rest of this broadcast, I'm going to be living in fear of being taken by surprise by another burp like that. I'm going to be worried about it. It's going to be preying on my mind. I probably won't sleep tonight. Now, I should get compensation for that. I might write to somebody or nail myself to something in protest. But anyway, yeah. So those are things that I'm really excited about. So obviously the telephone will go on the telephone table, as you would expect, on the upper story of the telephone table. And quite honestly, that's going to be it for the upper story, I think. And then on the lower story, I've got my wireless router, my Wi-Fi thing, which isn't the most attractive thing in the world. So on the lower story, then I either need a nice decorative lamp from a charity shop, or a nice pot plant. What do you think? Which of those two? Uh, I mean, there is going to be a power supply underneath it. Oh, I need to go to one of those cheap bargain shops and get one of those, one of those 4-gang extension bars. Not because I need 4 plug sockets, just so that it's a normal size plug going into the wall, and then the telephone table will be able to sit properly up against the wall. It can't do that at the moment because the adapter plug thing for the wireless router is one of those big tall ones, and the table won't quite fit over it. But it would fit over a normal plug, no problem, and it could go flush against the wall then. So I need to get one of those 4-gang extension things that can go underneath the table. Oh, hello, matey. You are active tonight. Don't stop freezing. Go on, run about. Enjoy yourself. It's your home. Do you want a cigarette or a glass of wine? Can I get you anything? Bit of curry? Momo? Anything at all. You just name it. Yeah, so but you can't buy one of those things from Sainsbury's or something, because they want about £6 for them. I'm sure that if you go to somewhere like B&M, you can get one for £1.99. It'll probably catch fire and set fire to the cottage or something like that. But if it saves you £4, then who's going to worry about loss of life and a tremendous fire that ends up? No, don't even joke about that. That's a horrible thing. Of course, it won't catch fire. It'll have a fuse in it. But the point is, if you'd allow me to finish. Oh, and he has scarpered again. I wonder where he's gone. Bless him. I wonder where he lives. Oh, he is there. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Hello. Hello, handsome. You are a big boy, aren't you? Right, be careful. I don't want to put my chair on you by accident. That would be the end to a beautiful friendship, wouldn't it? Oh, aren't you lovely? With your 8 long legs. Oh, bless him. Why don't you come up here and you can actually be on the live stream? Come on. Come on. Come on. There's a good boy. Camera shy? Okay. What was I banging on about? Oh yeah. So there is going to be like plug availability underneath the telephone table of joy and enlightenment. Oh, I like that. The telephone table of joy and enlightenment. Oh, I don't know where that came from, but that's what it's called now. So there would be the possibility of plugging something that operated on elastic trickery in. So I could put a lamp on there, or I don't know what else runs on elastic trickery. Um, I don't know, a mini oven, a toaster, um, coffee machine, fondue set, cuddly toy, or I could just put a pot plant on there. Which means I'll need to get my ass to a charity shop to buy some. Oh, careful with that check. God, he's right there. He's right there, bless him. Oh, he's being very brave, although he's not moving much. Hey, what shall I call him? I might call him Peter. Spider Man, his name was Peter Parker, wasn't it? Or Parker Peter. Or am I getting mixed up with Thunderbirds? He was Parker, wasn't he? Lady Penelope's chauffeur. Right under the rim, milady. I forgot I could do that. Uh, yeah. So, what should I put on the telephone table? What should I put on the new cupboard of something or other? And what shall I put on the little table? I mean, over to you guys. You can help me out on that. I haven't got a Scooby Doo. Right, what else was I going to talk to you good people about? Or shall I just read your comments? Oh, now then. Let's go back to your comments, shall we? Gosh, I need to go back a while. Oh, you have been busy. Where did I get to? Somewhere around here, isn't it? Oh, John Stooley joined us. That's lovely. Good evening, John. I hope you're terribly well. The spider needs a name, says Tracy. I had one I called Alex. I agree, it does need a name. Holly is here. Hello, Boaty. Sorry I'm late. Kill that spider now, please. Certainly not. I'm not killing him. He's my friend. He's absolutely lovely. You want to come up? Oh, okay. He doesn't like being stroked. He hadn't moved for a while. He was frozen to the spot. But yeah, as soon as I stroked him, he took off. Bless him. Don't be frightened. I only wanted to give you a little stroke. I wasn't being. Oh dear. I hope I haven't frightened him too much. Emma is great at making things to fit in. Oh, Sarah says, Jason, that piece of furniture is lovely. Perfect. Yeah, I think right. You're talking about the one I'm collecting on Tuesday. I take it, Sarah, or are you talking about the yeah, the one I put in the Facebook group today. I think it is lovely. I think the bottom of my stairs is about to become a much nicer place. I wonder if the spider and the ghosts get on, says Alan. I'm sure they get on absolutely fine. The spider is Boaty's new sidekick, says Ivor Spotty Botty. And Peter P quite rightly says, we don't kill Boaty's sidekicks. Emma says, yes, since YouTube dumped me as his sidekick, the spider will have to do. Oh, try Vinted too, much cheaper than eBay. Is it? I've never even looked at Vinted. Thank you for that tip, Sarah. I will have a peek. Which one is the trim phone, says Alan? That was the aerodynamic wedge-shaped triangular type one. It looked a bit like an Austin Princess. It's the one my grandparents had. You know, I'm assuming that you did spend time in my grandparents' house in the 1980s. Well, the phone that was on oh gosh, where was it? It was on the kitchen table, wasn't it? That's where it was. Yeah. It was the phone that was on the kitchen table, PvP. The one where you would have sat to have your lunch. Hang on, I'm just going to open the fridge door. It's the one where you would have sat to have your breakfast or your lunch, or your evening meal if it was a very informal meal. If it was just like you, my grandmother and my grandfather, you'd have been sat at the kitchen table. If it was a little bit more formal than that, you'd have been in the dining room. Oh, it was a lovely dining room. I'll put a picture of it in the Facebook group. I'm wondering if the spider has a YouTube channel. Holly says, Alan, yes, Premier Inns have nicer colours and decor. Travelodge has those awful gritty grey floors and awful blue bathrooms like hostels, don't they? Well, Travelodges have been done up lately. They've got a new style. They're all being redone and rehashed. Bruce the Spider says Pocahontas 100. The Spider has a website, says Chaz Brown. Brilliant. Well done. That is class. Well done. I don't like spiders. They bite, says Holly. I think you should kill it now. Certainly not. I didn't get where I am today by killing things. Well, not harmless, innocent things anyway. No, yeah, some spiders do bite. I was bitten by a false widow. I was going to say very recently, but it was when I was living in Farcorth. So that's like 9 years ago now. That was a little bit nasty. But it would only bite if it was feeling threatened in some way. And, didn't do me any permanent harm. That's a very green telephone, says Peter Pete. It's wonderfully green, isn't it? And it's going to look so amazing in my front parlour. It's going to look absolutely blinking fabulous. And it's two-tone green, so the greenness isn't too much, in my humble opinion. Thank God it's a telephonic device, says Andrew. Proper old-style British phone, that Boaty, says Chaz Brown. Hell yeah. Oh, yeah. Green is nice, says Andrew. Why did that pause then? That shouldn't have done that. Oh, it's because I just touched the screen by accident. That phone looks like a beaut, says Alan. It looks in good condition, doesn't it? He's listed it as being like new. So, well, we'll find out tomorrow, won't we? I mean, the phone will be revealed on Monday Night Live, won't it? Oh, yeah, you know it will. You know it will. And then on Tuesday's video, the video that I make on Tuesday, which will be a parlor-based video again, darlings. Maybe that should be a thing. Maybe Tuesday should be the video of the parlor, and we should. Maybe I should have weekly things. Back to what we were talking about last night. A bit of continuity, and I was thinking about what we were talking about last night, and Black Lines had a point. He really did have a point, talking about a niche. So if you look at Sean's videos, I know I always use Sean as a point of comparison, but oh dear me, that was just to help me get up, basically. Bit of jet propulsion there. you need a bit of a lifting aid at my age. If you look at Sean's video, then you know exactly what you're going to get, don't you? It's going to be based around the cottage, maybe a little bit out in the village. So you absolutely know what you're going to get. You look at mine, you've got no idea what the next one is going to be. So like Wednesday's video was a lovely video about my front parlor and some lovely classic vintage furniture. And then the next videos are me and Mustard being idiotic and foul-mouthed, talking about pottery. So, you know, there is a point. I think it definitely helps. And again, that's why Mustard does better than I do, or at least he does at this point. Because Mustard's videos are all, you know, you've got a very good idea of what you're going to get in a Mustard video. Whereas in mine, you don't really know what's going to be next. I mean, if you had to guess, then you'd guess it was me driving to bloody work or driving to the yard or something. But you know what I mean? There isn't that continuity. And I do think that hurts the channel in the early days. But I've always thought in the long run, then it would benefit because you draw in people from different areas. And then when you've got plenty of stuff on your channel, I'm knocking on for 1,500 videos now, people can cherry pick the ones that they want to watch. But most of all, it means that I can make whatever video I want to make. And I hated the idea of being shoved into, you know, painted myself into a corner. So you only make videos about this or that. I want to be able to make a video about what I damn well please. If I want to make a video where I get pissed and do some poetry, which I need to do again, I've got a playlist called Poetry When Pissed, and it's only got one video on it. And I was drunk as a skunk, and I just read you one of my favorite poems. And I say read, I wasn't reading it at all. I don't need to read my favorite poems. They are imprinted on my mind. So I gave you Addlestrup by R.S. Thomas, one of my all-time favorite poems. And that was quite a while ago now, probably 18 months ago. So I'd like to do more of those. I would like to read you poems when I'm really drunk. And I'd like to do bedtime stories. I'd like to do reviews of takeaway food. I want to be able to do whatever the bloody hell I want to. And that's why I rebranded it Boaty's World, because that means that I can do anything at all because I'm doing it. Now, not brilliant for views, not brilliant for building a channel in the very short term. But what the hell? Oh, a green thing. Who's done that? Emma. Emma's gifted a membership. Oh, how incredibly kind and generous. Right, I better whiz through the comments so we can find out who copped for that. I can't read any of that. Oh, I can't read any of that. Holly says, Boaty, could they send it via a DPD courier to you? Oh, you're talking about the phone in Dover. Too much faff. People put stuff on Marketplace because they can't be asked to do that. If they could be bothered to pack it up and send it, they'd put it on eBay and get more money. And for lunch, Holly had an M&S healthy and balanced spiced coconut chicken curry. It says $4.75. I'm pretty sure it was on flash sale cheaper. I had for my lunch garlic and mustard chicken, 2 chipolata sausages, Yorkshire pudding, green beans tossed in butter and black pepper. I had lovely potatoes. Oh, they were nice. Right, baby potatoes, and I steamed them. And then when they were steamed, I just got a potato masher and I just kind of crushed them a little bit. And then I banged them in the roasting tray and roasted them in infused olive oil. and they were absolutely to die for. So yeah, I had that. Was that everything? Chicken, chipolatas, Yorkshire pud, potatoes, the beans, and oh yeah, and just a nice chicken stock, white wine, and white pepper gravy with some very hot horseradish cream. Total poverty spec Sunday lunch, but quite nice, and a smaller portion than normal, because I'm going to join the fantastic Emma in her weight loss thing. I can't resist a challenge. So Emma, check out the Emma Lemon channel. It's just click on her name, and then press go to channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. Emma is on a weight loss thing, and she's trying to lose 2 stone. So me being a competitive sort of chap, I am going to try and lose 2 stone before Emma does. So there you go. That is my challenge. I'm not going mad at it just yet because my scales are not working. I haven't broken them because I'm too fat. I've got electronic digital scales, and the batteries run out. So today, oh God, my body is disintegrating around me, darlings. Air is escaping when I'd rather it didn't. Things are going into spasm. It really is most unfortunate. I can only apologise, darlings. I am a YouTubist in late middle age, and things are going to go wrong. Quite honestly, if I make it to the end of the live stream alive and in one piece, then I think we've done pretty well. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is my challenge, to lose 2 stone before Emma. So I took my scales today. I cleaned them up because they hadn't been cleaned for a few years. And tomorrow I will buy or look for the appropriate battery. I think it was a CR2032. And once my scales are working, then I will log my results. I will give you my current weight, and I will embark on my journey to try and lose 2 stone more quicker than what Emma does it, because then I will win. And I like being a winner, darlings, because I'm incredibly competitive. So there we are. The M11 says, I'm loving the vintage homewares chat and content, Boaty. Oh, I'll tell you about pot plants. You tell me all about them. Andrew has deployed the muff magnet emoji. Bad Books is here and says, good evening all. Tracy is saying things that I can't read out. And the M11 says, I'll make a houseplant video tomorrow, Boaty. All my plants are dead easy to keep alive too. Dead easy to keep alive. I see what you did there. But yeah, genuinely, please do. Spider plant, says Trisha. I've got a spider plant. I have got a little spider plant. I want something a bit more flowing and out there and over. Like I want a plant that's like mustard's hair. A spider plant would be like a Mohican. It'd be more like Gary Rhodes, and I want more mustard than Gary Rhodes. Emma has very green fingers, says Peter P. Andrew says, is Boaty dropping subtle hints for Read the Clock Radio? Everyone's sending one for Christmas and his birthday. No, don't. I'm bidding on one on eBay, and I'm currently the high bidder. I bid up to, my maximum bid is £6.66 new pence, I think. So please do not send me a clock radio, because I've got my heart set on one exact clock radio. Do you want to see it? You'll see why I'm so mad about it when I show it to you. Hold on, I'll go into eBay. My eBay, bids and offers. Here we are. Here we are. Check this out. Right, you'll totally understand. Right, have a look at this. Come, admit it. That is awesome. That is awesome. It's got an it's got an old style iPod dock. It's got, you can put a USB thing in it. It can play videos, and I've got stuff on my old iPod. I could wake up to have Feed the Same Pet or Top Gear. I've got all of the Top Gear specials and have Feed the Same Pet on my very old iPod Classic. Oh God, I bought them years and years and years ago when I had money. Imagine the joy of that, waking up to have Feed the Same or a Top Gear special, like the Top Gear in America. That would be fun. I'd like to wake up to when they were being attacked at the at that, as they called it, redneck service station. And the reason I particularly like that was because that, you'll think I'm lying about this. I promise you I'm not. That service station where they were attacked, that is my friend Lynn, and it's a male Lynn, a boy Lynn, who lives in Alabama. That is his local service station, and he knew all about it before it was on telly. In fact, knowing Lynn, he's probably one of the ones who went down there to attack them. I'd love to wake up to that. I can't read that. God. Oh, hello, Mustard's here. Hello, trumpet blowers. Oh, dear. I can't read that. Haven't really got green fingers, Peter P says, the M11. I've just learned which plants aren't fussy, and also that you need to do, to the plant what it wants and needs, and not what you want to do to it. They're a bit like women. Oh, dear. Holly says, Boaty, a lamp for the telephone table. I do think a lamp might be nice, actually. Especially now, obviously, at the bottom of the stairs, my options are limited. So it's going to have to be pot plants at the bottom of the stairs. There's no elastic trickery there. But I do think a lamp might be nice on the telephone table, because it would be nice to have a bit of light in that area of the room. Now, like here in the kitchen, I never ever put the big light on in the front parlour. I've got a lamp. I've got like an uplifter lamp underneath the booze stand, and I've got a table lamp on the table underneath the stairs. And that's about it. So it would be nice to, obviously the fire illuminates and there are candles around the fireplace. But I must admit, Holly, I was inclining towards a lamp for the telephone table. Yeah, I think it would be nice to have a little lamp on there and a little bit of light in that area in the parlour. I think that would look rather well. 43 in the room, says Chaz Brown. They must have wondered how they got here. Maybe tomorrow I'll wear a dressing gown. Is Boaty talking to his tinkle? Asks Ivor Spotty. No, I was talking to my pet spider. Boaty's talking to that spider more than he's talking to us tonight, says the M11. The spider clearly has top tier membership. Yeah, that'll be it. The spider lives in his pants? It definitely doesn't. Is the spider in the guest cupboard? Could be, I suppose. I don't know, but He seems to be hanging out here in the kitchen. Gosh, a telephone call, darlings. 4 minutes before I was going to just say good night. Good evening.
Hello, Boaty.
Hey, Sophie, how you doing, darling?
I've gone through nearly 2 bottles of wine and I'm absolutely loving it.
Oh my God. Welcome to a drunken Sophie, darlings.
I'm actually not drunk, actually. I'm all right.
No.
I've had a pack of Quavers.
Oh God. So you've had a packet of crisps, 2 bottles of wine, but you're not pissed. Yeah, right.
Just to let you know, I am here with it's Matron, the lovely Matron.
I know. Hello, Matron. Hello, Neil.
Hello, Matron. He said. But how are you? How's your day been?
Oh, all good, darling. All good. Nice, relaxed day. Looking forward to tomorrow.
And me, I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah. Been too long.
I know it has been, but please don't beat Neil up. Don't forget he has got still his little hernias in his belly.
Yeah, and he's still got big old muscles in his arms, so I ain't gonna risk it. I mean,
he's looking at me on his magic chair,
saying
hernias.
He might fuck himself up, but he'd fuck me up first. So.
Apparently you fucked it. Did you say you fucked him up or he fucked you up first?
No, I said that he might fuck himself up, but he would fuck me up
He might
first.
fuck himself up, he said. He's just looking at you on the phone. We'll put you in the next century, he said.
Yeah, well, that kind of was the point I was making, Neil. Yeah, exactly.
That was the point he was making, darling. But no, I'm glad you're okay.
Are you in the normal Premier Inn in Mill Row?
We are in. Is it the one in Mill Row? Yes.
And where did you eat tonight?
We were eating at I think it was what's the pub called?
Oh, the one next door.
Table.
Yeah.
Bugging in.
Yeah, the one next door.
Yeah, bugging in.
There we are. Oh, well, I hope you've had a fun evening with Matron.
Oh, it's been lovely meeting her. It's absolutely great. I can't wait to meet Emma and everybody else. It'll be really fun.
Yeah, we'll get to, we've got plenty of time. We'll all meet up eventually, won't we?
Definitely.
I'm rather looking forward to hanging out with Matron again.
Well, Matron has been in Neil's boxers, so yeah, just to let you know that as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'd be amazed if, and the night is young, I'm not even going to think about what's going to happen between now and tomorrow lunchtime. Safer not to.
Oh, bless you. Well, I'll let you go so you can carry on with the live and I'll see you in a bit.
All right, darling. See you tomorrow morning.
We'll see you tomorrow morning. Everyone said good night and bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The lovely and slightly drunken Sophie there. Holly says, status extension leads have been good for me. Brand new off Amazon. How much, Holly? How much? It's all about the price. Is the spider related to Mark on motoring? Asked the M11. Let's just turn the microphone around there. No stroking on the first date, says Andrew. Pop the spider on the table in front of the candle so we can all say hello. I tried to give him a little stroke just to set his mind at rest, and then I was going to pick him up and pop him on here, but he kind of freaked out. Oh, Sarah, you were talking about the cabinet I'm going to collect. Isn't it lovely? Let's hope, fingers crossed, let's hope it's as good as it looks. I'm pretty sure it will be because the telephone table is magnificent. And when it's coming from the same person, then they're going to buy things of a similar quality, aren't they? And it'll be another lovely trip out to Grindleford as well. So, yeah, I should really look forward to that. It's going to be, I love doing this. And I love making the videos about the about the home stuff. I definitely need to do more of these. Like Sean went viral because, according to his audience, he put one of his chairs there or tables in the slightly wrong space, and he generated about 59,000 comments of people telling him where he should have put it. And as a result, he got about 50 million views on that video and earned about £11 million. I need to do that, but I'm genuinely interested in it and genuinely passionate. I love dressing things, and I'm not being pervy. I love dressing things appropriately. I will be so excited about dressing the Airbnb, and I might even do. I loved. Was it Alan's idea? Um, of naming the rooms after things related to the channels, and I could all dress them with a different theme. One could be classic, one could be contemporary. I better finish soon. My body is clearly not up to broadcasting in a professional manner. Oh, Mark Passad is with us. Good evening, Boaty, and good evening, chat, and a very good evening to you. It's lovely for you to join us. Variety is the spice of life. Oh, now then, Emma very kindly gifted a membership, and it went to, and I'm really delighted about this, Pingu Concord. The lovely Pingu Concord, a massive supporter of the channel, a lovely chap, just an all-around splendid fellow. I can't imagine a more worthy recipient. So Emma, bless you and thank you for that. Pingu, welcome back to channel membership. That is absolutely fabulous. I'm genuinely pleased about that. What have you been eating, Boaty? Says Bad Books. Mice. Holly says, Boaty, do you own the restaurant you work at? Holly, you must be kidding. I don't own anything other than an overdraft. No, the restaurant is just somewhere where I was going to say it's just somewhere where I work, but it's not, is it? I mean, effectively, the restaurant is owned by my family. They're not really my family, but I adopted them or they adopted me or it was mutual. So I don't think of it. I genuinely think of the restaurant as my family's business where I do what I can to help out. I certainly treat it as if it was my own business, by which I mean that's the way that I care about it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, I am a very lowly paid employee. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. It's difficult to explain. Longer term viewers or people that are closer with me, or certainly people that have visited the restaurant, will understand. So yeah, in one sense, I'm just a lowly paid employee. In the other sense, I deeply care about it because it's my family's business. My family love me. They look after me. I try to look after them. Ultimately, I take responsibility for the restaurant. Obviously, we're looking to expand and do more stuff together, like the Airbnb above. So, but the one thing for sure and certain is I do not own it. That is for sure and certain. But it's kind of, I probably behave as if I do because that's the dynamic. I don't know. I've been at the restaurant for, well, not that restaurant, but I've been working with the guys for 8 or 9 years now. Um, we for most of that, before we started closing on Mondays, we were together 7 days a week, and we trust each other implicitly and absolutely, and we are just family. But yeah, the only difference is that I'm really quite poor and they are all exceedingly rich. But but there you go. That's the way the cookie crumbles. It doesn't make any difference. And that was brought home to me when I had the meeting with Vishnu the other night, whenever it was, Friday night or Saturday night. So I mean, the one thing for absolutely sure and certain is that the connection with the restaurant or the restaurants or the companies that own the restaurants, my relationship with them will be a lifelong one. Whatever I might do on my own, there will always be that connection. And to be fair, then it would never be me doing something on my own anyway, because the guys, my family, the Nepali guys, they don't want me to do anything on my own. They work differently. They're never going to give me a job where they pay me lots of money, but they would create a business situation where we could all earn lots of money. So so I don't really do anything on my own. The Airbnb, if and when it happens, that will be very much with them. Possibly, no, I won't go into that. But that will be very much with them, and they're along for the journey on the YouTube thing. They are, believe me, they've been into this channel absolutely from day one, and they support me and they want to be involved, because it's just an extension. So they have they have a business, I work with them. If I have a business, then they would work with me, and that's just kind of, it's really difficult to explain. That's a long answer to a short question. So no, I don't own it, but it is I do have responsibility for it, and I have a commitment to it. Is probably the best way to put it. I don't know. It's too late at night to try and explain that sort of thing, and you guys probably want to get to bed, don't you? Congratulations to Pingu, says Andrew. I second that. Lovely that you got it, Pingu, says the M11. I second that. As long as the poetry isn't as bad as a Vogon reading poetry, says Andrew. Oh, Freddled grunt bugly, thy micturations are to me as plurdled gabble blotchets on a lurgid bee. Group, I implore thee, my founting turling dromes, and hoopsiously drongle me with crinkly bindle wordles, or I will rend thee in the gobberwort with my blurgle crunction. You see if I don't. See, I told you, all of my favourite poetry, I don't need to have it. It's all in there. I don't need to read it off a page. I love Vogon poetry. And if you're not into Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, you'll have zero clue what we're talking about there. Oh, Trisha's asking Bad Books how his wife is, and Mrs. B is doing very well, off the painkillers and doing lots of walks. The dog is worn out. Oh, that's good. That's good. Holly says, Boaty, oh my God, you cooked all that just for you. That sounds a lovely lunch, but a lot of effort and washing up for one. Hell, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. I like food. I like eating. I like cooking. I enjoy the whole shenanigans of it. nothing is too much effort. The one thing that I've learned is that life is too short to eat bad food. If you're going to make an effort in your life with one thing, make the effort with food. I decided, I can't remember when it was, probably quite recently. It was probably after the divorce. After the divorce, I made a conscious decision that I'm never eating shit food again. I'm never eating convenience food. I'm going to eat food that either I love or that is genuinely good, or both. And so I stopped eating convenience food. I stopped eating shit food. I stopped eating takeaways and discovered how to make them better myself. So I'm always going to make an effort. I mean, occasionally you have to eat something. Occasionally, through a circumstance, you'll end up eating something that's, suboptimal in some way. Like when I ate at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach, that was bloody awful, quite frankly. But hey ho, it was part of the day, and that made it great. And soon, won't be this week, I don't think, but it will be next week, definitely. No later than next week. I'm going to be eating a hot dog, darlings. I've been promising myself a hot dog all this year. Through circumstances, it hasn't happened. And I'm going to eat a hot dog. I'm going to make a video about it, and I know exactly where I'm going for that hot dog. And I'm really looking forward to it. Oh, yeah. I think that will probably happen a week on Wednesday. That's when I've got it planned in the old Fizzog. Oh, Mr. Stephen Parry from Port Sunlight in the Wirral. Oh, the Leisure Peninsula. Oh, God. Oh yeah, poor old Holly still didn't win the old membership. Oh dear. Oh, Mark Passad has kind of beat me to it, and and did a bit of Vogue on poetry himself. Holly says, Pingu, what did you write? It's not to do with what you write per se. It seems to be quite random. You need to be subscribed to the channel, and I think it helps if you're on the live stream. I don't know exactly how it works. Oh, Boaty, says the M11, you will win the weight loss thing. Takes me a while, but you joining the challenge will encourage me to keep going. Well, there you are. There you are. Yeah. There's going to be 2 stone coming off this, darlings. I'm going to be back to having a figure like a racing snake. Just title the video, Single Man in the Peak District Reads Poetry. Single Man in the Peak District Bakes a Cake. Single Man in the Peak District Talks about animals and tenors with mustard. Right, yeah. It's a worthwhile point, and I did think about doing exactly that because I'm not blind. I saw how Sean does with his living alone in Wales things, and I didn't want to just directly copy him. Now, when I saw that, I did change my my channel description to mention living alone in the Peak District, and I changed all of the tags on my videos. But I think I might need to start putting it in the titles, because you were absolutely right in what you said last night, that you need at least a bit of an implied niche in order to get that build. And I suppose you can tie that in, because ultimately, at the end of the day, whatever I do, whether it's having fun with Mustard or having fun with Emma or doing whatever, I am a single man that lives alone in the Peak District. So you're quite right. It would make sense. Mr. Paddy says it'll be nice to see Neil at the yard with Sophie and Tracy tomorrow. It definitely will. The M11 says, next time I sit next to you at Windy Bum for a live stream, we'll both be super slender and gorgeous. Well, we're both already gorgeous, but yeah, we'll be super slender as well. Holly says, Emma, I should really join you both in weight loss. I put on weight after stopping smoking, and since I got middle-aged, I wonder if it'll budge. It will if you work hard enough, Holly. And Emma says, I'm wondering if the middle-age thing will prevent me getting down to the weight I used to be. Just takes more effort. I'm a reasonable weight, says Black Lines, but I could do with moving more. Much more sedentary than I should be. I could do with getting my fitness levels up. Yeah, I concur with that. Certainly my best way of losing weight is there are two things to losing weight. Eat a bit less, move about a bit more. And that's all it will ever come down to. And I certainly need to do both. So I could eat a ridiculously moderate diet and I would still be overweight. I need to move back a bit more. So, and again, back to the channel thing, I live in the Peak District. What I should be doing is a couple of times a week, I should be putting some walking videos out there. It would be good for me. I would probably enjoy it, and it would be good for my weight and my weight loss. So again, that's something that I need to be doing over the doings over the winter. That's not what I said at all. Oh, is it not? Sorry if I got that wrong. Boaty says, Holly, a dark red coloured glass old-fashioned style lamp for the telephone table. No, not red. The front parlour is green. It's all green accent. Red would clash horribly. Would need to be green. Oh, Ollie Owls, my friend Steve is here, or was here. Evening, JPH and chums. God, you lot won't recognise JPH. You'd have to really know me to call me JPH. Well, know me in the old school before I was Boaty and all of that stuff. How you doing, Steve? Hope you're well. Wonderful pop, bravo, says Emma. Get your ass into the gym, mate, or back on a bike. That'll shift the weight, says Steve. I hate gyms. I hated gyms when I was training. Absolutely hated them with a passion. Getting back on the bike, that is a thing I've been thinking about. Yeah, I'm getting, it's a cyclical thing, isn't it? And I've got to the age now where I'm thinking that I would like to get my leg over a few more times before I die. And I'm keeping half an eye out on the classified. All of my gear is gone. I think I've got clothes left somewhere in the cupboard of the guest cupboard. I think I've got my cycling kit. I think I've got some shoes or a few pairs of shoes somewhere. But yeah, I do. And if I did it, then I would do it old school. There's no way that I'd get any of this modern carbon crap. If I got back on a bike, even around here in the Peak District, then it would be a steel frame and it would be fixed, and it would be a 69-inch fixed, and I would just ride that. So if I do it, that's what it's going to be. But in the very short term, getting my ass out and doing some walking is the sensible thing for the channel as much as anything else, because there are world-renowned walks around here, and I've never seen them. The only time I've ever seen anything around here was when Chinese madam dragged me out for a walk. I said, say Blacklines, he should focus on a niche and try to get YouTube to recommend his content by training YouTube to know what the content is going to be like. YouTube won't recommend irrelevant videos. And he's quite right. He is absolutely quite right. And your idea of putting it in the titles, that would probably be the obvious first step to do. So, oh, another little spider friend. Look, there he is. There he is. I wonder if that's son of the big spider. He's just, oh, right. Hopefully you got a glimpse of him. Oh, and Black Lines goes on. I happen to think Boaty's content is good. Oh, that's very kind. But no one will see it because YouTube doesn't know who to target it towards. I think you're right, mate. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, that makes that does actually make total sense, doesn't it? Having that thing in the title as a constant, that's got to be a massive help. And that must have helped with Sean's. Oh, look. Yeah, living alone in Wales in every video title. Maybe I shouldn't worry about being derivative or copying. Maybe I should just put living alone in the Peak District or something like that. And maybe that should be in every title. Maybe that's why people do that. Maybe they know things that I don't. Like, because you'll have channels and they'll have like Peak District Diaries, restaurant takeaways, and it'll be in every single title. And so then you get the continuity, and maybe, yeah, you're probably right. That probably makes sense. So I'll have to figure out how to. So instead of having, yeah, maybe I should just make the title shorter and just have a constant in there, living alone in the Peak District or middle-aged solo, I don't know, something like that. Makes total sense. You're right. Yeah, you are right. And I really do need to do that. Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Just to be clear that yes, Black Lines has been a massive supporter of me and the channel for as long as I can remember. I think it's been here as long as I have, and I think his comments. Well, I know his comments were entirely well intentioned, and frankly, I think he's absolutely 100% right. So don't think that he's trying to knock me or anything like that. It's absolutely not. You know, he's trying to, he's coming up with a very good point to try and get me, you know, to try and move the channel forward. And the more I think about it, I slept on it after last night, and he's right. He is right. That is how YouTube works. You have to have that continuity. YouTube don't like random. The YouTube algorithm doesn't like random because it doesn't know what to do with it. Whereas if at least your video title, if nothing else, at least if the title has got a constant in it, living alone in the Peak District, for example, something like that, then yeah, your content is going to do, it is going to do better. You are going to get more recommendations. So please don't have a dig at him. He's a proper, very long term, one of the longest term members of the inner scrotum, and he's making a bloody good point. And sometimes it takes a couple of days for things to work their way into here. And that is something I'm going to have to take on board. And Emma's saying similarly that it's made her think about her channel. I can't read that out. Oh dear. You should call the B&B Boaty Towers, says Andrew. Boaty Towers. That might be a laugh, actually. Boaty Towers. Oh, look at the time, darlings. I've got to get to bed early tonight because I've got to be up early. I've got to go to the yard and all of that sort of thing. And we're just rattling away here as if we've got all the time in the world. Come on, we've got a double helping tomorrow night. We've got Monday Night Live. We start an hour earlier. Remember, 10 o'clock tomorrow. So if I don't reply to a comment here, then copy and paste it and put it in tomorrow's, because I am going to whiz through the comments and I'm going to bugger off. I stand by everything I said last night, says Black Lines. I think you took it wrong, but it's not a big deal despite you trying to make it one. Black Lines, I completely agree. I think you are 100% right. It's been going around in my mind since last night. And yeah, I just think you're absolutely right. And I'm going to take it on board. And we'll talk about it a bit more tomorrow night, maybe. But at least there needs to be a constant in my video title and video description. So it needs to be something like living alone in the Peak District or Peak District, so, I don't know, or middle-aged and, I don't know, divorced. We need something catchy, not too long, but catchy that can go into every title. So like living alone in the Peak District, divorced in the Peak, middle-aged and solo, something like that. He's dead right. That's exactly what is needed. So we'll figure something out. Holly says, Boaty, thank you. You could do promotions on YouTube where companies give you products free of charge to review. I've done a few of those. Oh, don't be falling out in the... Oh dear, you're funny. I think I'll keep you. Oh, that's a great line. I'm going to screenshot that. That might be tonight's title. You're funny. I think I'll keep you. Oh gosh, the Yarmouth feed was horrendous, says Emma. It really was. It really was. Oh, bloody hell. Emma says, Boaty, if you lose 2 stone, you'll be in trouble because I won't be able to stop myself the next time I see you. I mean, you're already bloody gorgeous. Oh, God. Bless you. Oh, bless you. And people are starting to say good night now, apart from Holly, who's having arguments with various people, including Neil and what? Oh, don't be doing that, guys, especially not at this time of night. Right. Bad books is... Neil is not going to bully anybody. He's the loveliest guy in the world. And the same applies to bad books. So don't take things out of context. If there is a problem, I would tell you, these are just lovely people who genuinely want the best for me and for the channel. So please don't sweat about it. And believe me, I need this. I need people to tell me when I'm not seeing something that I should see, or I've got my I'm going down the wrong route, or I've got my mindset on the wrong thing. So I am incredibly grateful to anybody who points me in any sort of directions. And Neil is brilliant with merch and all of that sort of thing. And Black Lines is dead right. He should stand by what he said, because he is exactly right. That's how the YouTube algorithm works. I've been ignoring that. And if I want more views, and I do, then I should pay attention to that, and I will. And now I'm going to bugger off before everybody starts killing each other in the comments. Oh dear. Living alone in the Peak District with spiders. God, nice one, Neil, but I can't read that out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Right, that is it. That is it. Everybody just chill out a little bit. Nothing from anybody in this live stream tonight has been in any way meant in anything other than an entirely positive and loving way. Everybody who has been here tonight is a massively valued member of the community, and I will go on record again as thanking Black Lines for pointing out something that I should have been on a lot sooner than this, to be honest. Makes total sense. You know, when you look at a channel that's successful like Sean's, look at the things they do. Every single video title, living alone in Wales. And that makes it easy for the algorithm. Why am I not doing that? I totally should be. On that note, darlings, I'm just going to slip away and bugger off, because it's now 25 to 1. And I've got to get ready for the morning. Thank you for your company tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, God. Yeah, join me tomorrow night. I'm starting to get undressed already, darlings. I'm going to get into I'm going to grab a very quick shower, get into my pajamas, and get my supper, get my ass into bed, so that I'll be ready to go for tomorrow morning. So tomorrow, I'm off to the Art of Dreams. I'm going to be spending the day with Neil and Sophie and Matron, and that is all just going to be absolutely fabulous. And I will be back with you 10 o'clock tomorrow night, probably on my own, unless YouTube have got their joint live stream thing sorted out. Oh dear. So join me tomorrow, 10 o'clock, unless there's a live stream from the yard tomorrow afternoon, which I wouldn't rule out, but I will very definitely be videoing things tomorrow. And then, yeah, we got loads of stuff to look forward to. Tomorrow night, I should be greeting you with a very green telephone. Tuesday, it's all going to be marvelous. It's all going to be very exciting. And I'm looking forward to my staff curry, and I'm just going to shut up and go. Please don't fall out in the comments, and yeah, just don't yeah, let's just not go there. But you know, all of just be quiet and just go, and we'll sort it all out tomorrow night. All right, darlings. Have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day that you can tomorrow. God knows, I know I'm going to. Take care of yourselves. Take care of those who you love and who love you. And join me again tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, Monday night live. Unless there's an impromptu live in the afternoon, which I guess there might be. But otherwise, I will see you tomorrow night. Thank you so much. All the love in the world from me. Thank you for being you, amazing, and being there. Welcome to Pingu Concord, our newest channel member. Thank you to Emma, the lovely Emma, for donating that, gifting that channel membership. And thank you all for watching. See you tomorrow, 10 o'clock, Monday Night Live, unless there's another one before. I'm just going now. Goodbye. And indeed, boss.